Hey, good morning, everybody. Sarasota Tim. Almost to Jacksonville. Getting close. A little while longer. And I'm just sitting here thinking about all the stuff I got to do. And I'm overwhelmed, after being free and not thinking about anything, just driving and waking up when I want, going to bed when I want, doing what I want. Now I have to have a little bit of a itinerary, a schedule. People are counting on me, and I got to follow a list of things I got to check off and do. I guess that's part of life, but it's the part of life that after you become free, you realize what a prison it is. So I'm just here to say it's okay, but I prefer the free, happy-go-lucky, traveling, do what I want to do, life. What I have to do is stuff that I'm choosing to do. It's just that I have to get it done. It's causing me to have a short leash. I've got to return back here sooner than I wanted to for different things and different reasons. But it's okay. It was the first leg. It was kind of just to get my feet wet to see if this is something that I do want to continue doing, and I absolutely do. Especially after you just sit for a few days and you're ready to travel again. When I left Laughlin, I just couldn't drive long enough every day. I was putting 600 miles a day under my belt to get back here. So if you really are a hardcore like me and like driving, you can be all the way across the country in 3 to 5 days easily. It doesn't take a week. In a couple of days, you can certainly be more than 1,000 miles away from where you started, wherever you're at. So that's a pretty good distance. And I've had a great time. I've met some great people, and I feel good this morning. I'm all hopped up on some Inferno, whatever they called it, high intensity coffee I picked up at Flying J. I stayed at the Loves last night, and they had these huge RV parking spots everywhere, and no one was there. Here in Florida, it wasn't like, out in the middle of the country, a lot of people were really traveling. They were busy, going in and out getting gas, but it didn't seem to have all the overnighters. There were a few. I had my choice of where I wanted to park. And I come out this morning, and all them 13 dogs were out there, and I met their smiling faces. I got coffee, I got on the road, and I'm listening to this playlist that I found last night. I decided to put on that song, 6 Days on the Road, and I'm going to make it home tonight. And then that guy, whoever that guy is, if you scroll down a little bit, it shows him and a mix of songs by him and like those songs. And I saved it in my playlist. You can check it out in my playlist. It's public. And then I also was listening to Travis Tritt, and he's got a playlist that it's not just him but others. And boy, that's some foot stomping music there. So I was trying to unwind because I was all hopped up, and I got to this Loves that I wanted to stay at, but I really wasn't ready to lay down yet. So I had to calm down. I sat in the cab there for about 30 minutes listening to these songs, and they were so good. I'm playing them again. That's why I'm a little late on morning chat. I keep listening to these songs, and they're so good. I invite you to check them out. I don't know what that guy's name is, but if you look on my playlist after Camping Knots and all that, there's some music playlist. It's not under Tim's music. It's under its own playlist that has that song, 6 Days on the Road, and I'm going to make it home tonight. And then the Travis Tritt playlist. So check them out. And we're going to be coming up, crossing over the 75, which is a real sign that we're getting close. Lake City, that's getting really close to Jacksonville and home. But I'm a little ways out yet. And just running along this nice, smooth, paved road. I got to move over here. Here's a police up there. There's a guy coming on my left. I'll put my signal on, and I'll get out of the way so this cop doesn't think that I'm not yielding to him. Good old Florida Highway Patrol, FHP. Every state's got their own look, their own painted colors of their cars. Texas, they were big on trucks. Everybody had a half-ton pickup they were driving, all the cops. Highway Patrol, anyway. Here, they're all running around in them Chargers, charging you down. But it's going to be great to get back to the Crasher today, and we'll find out if I'm going to stay overnight. Since I'm getting there early, I might leave if I get everything done I need to do, unpack some things I don't need with me to go down to West Palm, and then of course I'll be stopping back here on my way out on my next venture, and I might even stay a while before I go out on that next venture. I got to get my money's worth out of my rent there, you know. But in the meantime, it's being looked after with 24-hour security by my neighbor there. He sits right there and looks right at it all the time. He's retired, sits outside all the time, and so it's in a great spot. And I've said it before, I'll repeat it again. As of Lake City, 63 miles. As of right now, my thinking is, instead of taking the Crasher out of Florida and changing my Florida residence and license plates and all that business, I'll just stay right here and travel and come back here as my home base, because what's the difference? You go somewhere else and you travel off, you're not there either. So I'm already here. I don't have to move 2 RVs. So this is what I'll do for the foreseeable future anyway. And then we'll think about it again later if I see somewhere I must be. But since I'm in an RV park, it's not like I'm looking for a lower rent place to live, like a different state with lower rent. I am looking for a place to possibly buy something one day, you know, an apartment, a villa, a condo, or a little tiny home or something like that, if the offer presents itself. But as far as staying in an RV park, I mean, without splitting hairs, they're all roughly the same price. And what I'm getting here with the security and everything, I'll just keep this going. And that's about all I got this morning. I'm just running down the road here. I want to get back to listening to some music. And we'll get you a video later when we get home, and we'll do Crushing It for Christ later or in the morning, and get back on track. We'll be going down to Buc-ee's and stopping at the one in Daytona or St. Augustine, or both, and we'll crush that. We'll make a video in there. We'll shake hands with Mr. Buc-ee, and we'll go down to Boynton Inlet and all the places down there in South Florida, bring you back to beaches, palm trees. We'll get the e-bike out. We'll be riding on the trike that I've got down there at Ted and Jolene's, and we'll be doing it all. Making some home improvements on the wood deck around the house there. We'll be in the Tiki Hut enjoying some home-cooked meals by Miss Jolene and Chef Luke. And just same old out there on Tight Pants Point, crushing it.